this is Cristina Milizia, and I am a voice actor for animation and video games. Now, I've been a voice actor for 32 years. I didn't get started in animation until a little bit later in my career, when I made a decision, one night, a very rainy night, it was New Year's Eve, that I was like, you know, I'm going to LA, and I am gonna do Disney, Nickelodeon, and Cartoon Network, and that is my dream. And I wrote it down, and I left for LA. Now, the reason I did that is because I went through something really life-changing, which I will talk about a little bit later. But first, let's go over maybe some characters and some shows that you might know me from. So here's just a little case of some of my favorite characters that I've had the honor of voicing, and I have to start with the tremendous Jessica Cruz. I had the honor of being the very first voice actor to voice Green Lantern Jessica Cruz, which was the first Hispanic Green Lantern, and that was just an amazing project, and I was so honored to get to record with Colette on that. She was my brilliant director, and it really just changed my career, and it was just incredible. So, always in brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light. And I got to do that for DC with a whole bunch of different Lego movies for the DC Superhero Girls. And this was from the show that we did, Aquaman, the Lego movie, which was amazing. Now, this is a character that has meant so much to me, as Mattel and Barbie was obviously always iconic for me growing up. And Teresa is Barbie's one of her closest friends, one of her best friends, and is Hispanic. I have been the voice for Teresa for 6 years now, and it has, again, just been an honor of one of the biggest honors of my life, and I love getting to voice this character, especially because we really brought in Spanish when I began voicing her, so she does speak English and Spanish in the show. Sometimes it's just a word or two here or there, but we've also done different things that highlight more about her culture and her background, and that's been incredibly meaningful to me. You know, her voice is really just, you know, my voice. So she kind of just sounds like this. So it's really fun. I get to just go in and talk and be me. Then we have Charlene. I love Charlene. I also got to work with the tremendous Colette with this. Charlene was a wonderful character on Cartoon Network that I actually won a Voice Arts Award for Outstanding Animation Character for Film and TV Best Voiceover in 2022. Charlene was a really interesting character. She really had a lot of interesting ideas about what was fun. And yeah, hi Victor. So that's Charlene. Now we have to go down to one of my favorite characters. Getting to voice Poison Ivy has been one of the most iconic characters. Well, I mean, she is one of the most iconic characters, I think, in history. And so what a joy and a pleasure to get to voice her for DC Superhero Girls, Cartoon Network's DC Superhero Girls. Here's some cute little pins I have of her and Harley Quinn. You know, this was really a fun voice because it was kind of the teenage version of DC Superhero Girls. You know, I mean, it was more of a teenage version of Poison Ivy. So she had her kind of a little, we definitely gave a nod to the original Poison Ivy, where we did, you know, things like, how curious. For a moment there, I could have sworn you were Batman. Put her on the ground, my lovelies. She had this kind of darker side. But then we gave her a side that was a little bit more like Ali Sheedy in Breakfast Club, if you will. And this was more like a little bit more awkward and, you know, like a recluse. And she really didn't want to be around anyone and just didn't want to have any contact with humans. Plants are so much better. So yeah, she's just been really fun to voice. I just adore getting to do her. Some other fun characters. There's Charlene again, and Teresa again in her A Touch of Magic. Barbie form, Carlitos. I got to voice Carlitos for the Casa Grandes, and that was so cool. So the Casa Grandes was a show for Nickelodeon, and we actually just came out with a movie, which has been super, like, so cool, with Christopher Hernandez and some really big stars on there. And I just do baby stuff, so I just do. That's what I do. I babble. It's awesome. Okay. Star Trek. This was one of the coolest things ever I got to voice. So awesome. I got to work with just an amazing team here where I got to be the second person ever to voice Mres from the original Star Trek. We did a whole series of shorts celebrating the 50th anniversary of the animated series, and I got to just do this. Mres character was, how would you like it if you had to disembowel a human? She was very dark, and this purring was essential to this. But then we have League of Legends. This was probably, I think, the first thing that people really knew me for, and I have Annie up here as well. So for the video game fans, this is Annie, and Annie is a pyromaniac, and she likes to put everything on fire. Eeny, meeny, miny, burn! Let's count to 5. I want to turn playtime. Can you do this? Turn one of the other lines. Tibbers! Have you seen my bear Tibbers? She's awesome. Then we have a Momo. A Momo, where are you? Here's a Momo. A Momo is sad. He's very sad. He's really sad about everything. And he really just wants some friends. Oh, let me give you a hug. Where are you going? Hey, come back. Let's find some friends. He's really lonely. You could see he's crying all the time. But yeah, very, very powerful character. So, despite him being very sad. So that was really fun. Anyway, then we have more Green Lantern stuff here. There's Tibbers. And now, maybe let's go in the studio. Okay, so here I am in my recording studio. It's my microphone, my computer, all cool stuff. This is where I do all my voices. But anyway, we already did some voices out there, so I want to talk about some more personal stuff here. And in particular, this project. The Dare to Dream project is an incredible undertaking, and it is going to change the lives of so many children if this project gets the funding that it needs. So what we need is 10,000 heroes. There's all kinds of heroes out in the world, but there are the heroes on the front lines doing the research, getting the medicine to the people that need it, and there's the heroes that can make that research happen. So that's what we need here. We need $100 from 10,000 people, 10,000 heroes, in order to move this project forward. So I just want to talk about something that I've experienced personally, because this entire effort really it hits me here because of what I've gone through in my life. And so I'm going to share that I have a number of different health conditions that I've struggled with in my life, and they have had a profound effect on my ability to do things. And I have managed to move forward despite it all, but there have been moments in it where they've been incredibly hard. But there have been moments too where I finally was able to find the care that I needed after so much work and so much research and going to doctor after doctor and not having any success. And when we did finally find the right treatments and the right doctors and the right care, my life was transformed. So I had a snowboarding accident when I was 25 years old, and I almost died. I hit my head going 30 miles an hour on a snowboard without a helmet, and I have permanent spinal damage to C1, C2, C5, C6, my cervical spine, and my rehab took 7 years. We chose not to do surgery because it wasn't so extreme that I was going to die, but the pain was excruciating. I could barely walk. I ended up in a wheelchair, and I was in a wheelchair for about a year and a half, and I had to relearn how to walk. I had so much nerve pain and damage to my hands. I had to relearn how to use my hands. I had to cut all my hair off because I couldn't brush it or braid it or take care of it. My husband had to learn how to do my makeup so that if I did a fan thing or I had to go out for anything, then I could go out with something on. He's an artist, so that worked out. He was awesome about that. But I've had someone brush my teeth for me before. I've been in that position, and that's something most people might not know, but yeah, I've been there. And so, going through anything like that, it changes you. It changes you forever, especially when you're very young. I can't even imagine being a young child with cancer and with these crippling health issues and the pain of having to undergo radiation treatment. I can't even fathom what that would be like when you're 5, when you're 8. What happened to me happened when I was 25. So they need our help. They really need our help, but because these are formative years for them in their brain development and their concept of who they are and their confidence in the world, and they deserve everything. I also have an autoimmune disease. I have Graves' disease, which wasn't even treated for me until my late 30s. And that, again, was life-changing when I finally received proper treatment, when I received a proper diagnosis. And I wish I had known. I had all these health issues when I was younger, but was never helped. I never received the care that I needed, and it would have changed my life a lot sooner. I also have ADHD. I was not diagnosed until this past year. Again, would have been life-changing. I've needed help with that since I was 4 years old, and it would have been there was not the research when I was little for any of that. There was a few things known, but not a lot. Most of that progress has happened over the last 10, 15 years, 10, 15, 20 years. And so this is my speaking to all of you, is that our children are capable of so much. I had so much within me to give, and I'm so grateful to voiceover as an art form because it didn't require me to be really physical. I didn't have to be able to jump and dance and do all of these physical things. I could express and I could perform and I could bring value and joy and love into the world through just my voice. So I did it when I was in a wheelchair. I did it when I couldn't use my hands. I did it when I had these other things that were difficult for me. But how amazing would it have been to feel as good as I do now that I've been treated so much earlier. So our children deserve everything. They could be anything, and having a better treatment, a safer treatment, less toxic treatment for blood cancer would be it would mean everything to the parents, to the children, and it would affect them for the rest of their lives. So again, all we need is 10,000 people, 10,000 heroes to donate $100 each. And if you would be one of them, that would be incredible. So please, if you can, support Change a Life. The people that have helped me have certainly changed my life. And I'm so grateful to be here getting to do what I love because of all the people that helped me. So thanks for listening to my story. Thanks for listening to my characters, and thanks for letting me be a part of this incredible project. Bye.